Hello students, today my session is regarding quite an easy chapter. This is one of the easiest chapters and this is forms of market. Those students who find it a little difficult to do certain chapters like theory of income employment or national income or laws of returns or revenue and cost, for them those chapters which will seem to be easier for you, one of those chapters is this one, which is forms of market. So without any further delay, let me go into the depth of this chapter. The first thing, the four categories, the four broad categories or four types of market are perfect competition, number one, monopoly, number two, monopolistic competition, number three, and oligopoly, number four. Let's start with perfect competition. A market is said to be perfect competition when certain features are fulfilled in that type of market, and mind it, all the features are to be fulfilled. All the features. If any particular feature is also not found or is missing, we cannot consider that to be perfect competition market. All the features, mind it, all the features must be fulfilled. Feature number one, there is a large number of buyers and sellers, or you can say many buyers and many sellers are there. Many buyers and many sellers. And sorry. As there is a large number of buyers and sellers, so not a single seller, no individual seller can influence the market price, because the share of each seller in the market is quite negligible. That is right. Second feature of perfect competition market is homogeneous products. All sellers sell homogeneous products, that means exactly identical products. Same in all respects. In every sense, same. And as the products are homogeneous in nature, the price is same. Surely, if the products are homogeneous, exactly identical, the prices must be same. Number three, the third feature is freedom of entry and exit, or you can say free entry and free exit. Free entry and free exit. That means at any moment, at any point of time, any outsider can enter the market. There is no restriction, no objection. Similarly, at any point of time, any existing businessman, any existing seller can leave the market, can exit from the market, can quit from the market without any restriction, any objection. Now, you must remember, it's a very important thing that due to this feature, there's an implication of this feature, and that implication is because of free entry and free exit in perfect competition market, in the long run, in the long time period, in the long run, all the firms under perfect competition market or in perfect competition market, all the firms will have normal profit. That means no profit, no loss situation. Zero profit, zero loss situation. Now, this is very vital, very crucial to remember this point, that what is the implication of free entry and free exit in perfect competition. Now, why? You must also know why. Suppose in the short run, all the existing firms are earning supernormal profit, good amount of profits. Then by this, if this information propagates outside, if this information reaches some others, now many others, those who did not do this business earlier, they may get interested to start this business. They may become interested to start this business, and those outsiders or external people who were not doing this business so long, they can enter this market of perfect competition. There will be no restriction, no objection. Okay? So this is very vital. Free entry is possible. Now, if they enter, the number of sellers get increased. The number of sellers gets increased, but the number of buyers will be the same. So there will be more and more supplied quantity. There can be excess supply. And as there is excess supply, the sellers or the suppliers will reduce the price. So that price at which they were earning high amount of profits, positive profit, high amount of profits, that price will be reduced slowly and gradually, and that will come down to such a level at which there will be normal profit, no loss situation, zero profit, zero loss situation. I think that this will make it clear to you. Now, if you think the opposite, if you think just the opposite of this, like if in the short run, at present in the short run, all the existing firms are incurring loss, they are all incurring loss, they are running under losses, then some existing sellers may leave the market, they may exit from the market, there will be no restriction. Then the number of sellers is getting reduced, the number of sellers decreases, but the number of buyers remain the same. So here we find there will be excess demand. There will be excess demand because demand remains the same, but number of sellers, number of suppliers or sellers gets reduced. Then what happens? As there is excess demand, the price will be raised. So that price at which there was loss, they are raising the price. They are raising the price slowly and gradually, and ultimately in the long run, the price will come to that level at which there will be normal profit, that is zero profit, zero loss situation, or normal profit. So this is how you can explain why in perfect competition market, in the long run, there is normal profit earned by all the firms. So these are the first three features of perfect competition market. Now, feature number 4, all buyers and sellers should have perfect knowledge about the market. And that is why, as all the buyers and sellers, they do keep information updated, they keep themselves updated or upgrade or updated, up to date. That means whatever is going on in the market, what is the price charged with other sellers? Is the market price same as they are charging? Is the quality of the products same? Every information they keep, right? So if some other sellers are charging a little less, they will come to know about that. So they will reduce the price. They will change the price, modify the price accordingly. That is why it's very vital here also that the sellers and the buyers also, they will have perfect knowledge about the market. Next feature, there is no transportation cost. Though I know this particular feature seems to be quite unrealistic, but this is an assumption. This is a feature here that there is no transportation cost except the cost of production. There is no transportation cost in perfect competition market. Now the last feature is in perfect competition market, all buyers and sellers. Okay, I've told that the last feature is there is perfect mobility of the factors of production. That's the last one. There is perfect mobility of the factors of production. The factors of production, like laborers, can move from one seller to another seller. Suppose being a laborer, I'm working under seller A today. After 1 month, I don't like this job. I don't like this salary structure. I can leave this seller's job and I can join another one. So there is perfect mobility of the factors of production. Now, these are the main features of perfect competition. Now, related to these features, some questions are very probable, like in perfect competition market, the price remains constant, the price is uniform, the price is same, because the products are homogeneous, and that is why the firms, the sellers are price takers, and price remains constant. Each and every firm has to accept the price, take that price which is going on in the market, prevailing in the market, charged by other sellers. Now you may think, who has set that price which is prevailing in the market, which is going on in the market? That price is set not by anyone, but that price is set by price mechanism or market mechanism. So this is how we explain that the sellers under perfect competition are price takers. They are price takers. Okay. Price remains constant, and that is why they are called price takers. So this is all about perfect competition. By the way, in reality, in actual practice, there is no perfect example, there is no good example or any example of perfect competition in the whole world. It is completely a theoretical aspect, it's a theoretical concept. Now we come to the next topic, which is a subtype of perfect competition, which is a subtype, which is pure competition, P-U-R-E, pure competition. Now, there are three features in pure competition, only three features. Number one, there is a large number of buyers and sellers, many buyers, many sellers. Number two, homogeneous products. Number three, free entry, free exit. That means now you understand that the three features, which are the three features, only three features of pure competition are the first three features of pure perfect competition. The first three features, if you remember in order, the first three features of perfect competition are the only features of pure competition. So that's everything regarding perfect competition. Now I start with monopoly, M-O-N-O-P-O-L-Y. Monopoly, the word is an English word, but is derived from two Greek words, monos and polas, which means monos means single, polas means seller. So monopoly means single seller's market. That is the most important feature of monopoly, the first feature, which is there's only one seller in the market, single seller's market. Yes, there are examples of monopoly. Real life examples or practical examples are there. Like in Kolkata, we have CESC, Calcutta Electric Supply Corporation. CESC is the only organization in Kolkata, proper Kolkata, which generates and supplies electricity to proper Kolkata. Another example is Indian Railways. Indian Railways is the only organization in the whole country, India, which runs trains. So these are examples. Now I come to feature number two. In monopoly market, the product which is sold by a monopoly seller does not have any close substitute in the market. It is a unique product. It does not have any close substitute in the market. Surely, obviously, because if there is any close substitute of the product which is sold by a monopoly seller in the market, if there is close substitute, then no more it would be monopoly. No more it would be one seller's market. That is why it's a must thing that the product which is sold by the product or the service which is sold by a monopoly seller does not have any close substitute in the market. Feature number three, there are barriers and restrictions for entry of new firms. So we can say entry of new firms is completely closed entry of any new firm. Obviously, because if new firms enter, then it would no longer be a monopoly because it would be more than one seller at that time. So the third feature is closed entry of new firms, closed entry. Now feature number four, in monopoly market, the monopoly seller is the price maker, surely, because he's the only seller. He dominates in the market. He sets the price. He can set the price. There is no other competitor. And the customers or the consumers, if they have to buy the commodity, then they have to buy it from that monopoly seller only, from that single seller only, at whatever price that he or she is charging. So he is the price maker. The monopoly seller is the price maker. Now we come to the last feature of monopoly. In monopoly market, the last feature is a monopoly seller can practice a process called price discrimination. Price discrimination. Now you must know the meaning or the definition of price discrimination. Price discrimination is a process in which the same product is sold by a monopoly seller at different prices to different consumers or in different markets. Again, I repeat, price discrimination is the process in which the same product is sold at different prices to different consumers, different customers or consumers, or in different markets. This is price discrimination. And in reality, yes, Indian Railways does it. Indian Railways does practice price discrimination. Like for example, when we book tickets for rail travel, for train journey, for rail travel, then if we make normal tickets like 2 months before the date of journey, then railways take the normal fare. But if a person has to make or makes Tatkal ticket, that is emergency ticket, urgent ticket, just 1 day before the date of journey, then the price, the fare becomes much more. There's another thing called premium tatkal, where the premium tatkal ticket, where the price or the fare is even more. So this is one. Next, another one is CESC does it in Kolkata, proper Kolkata. Calcutta Electric Supply Corporation, CESC, also does it. For households, same electricity is sold at a comparatively lower price, and for the business consumption, for the industrial consumption, for the business consumption, that same electricity is sold at a comparatively higher price, so two different prices, right? So this is all about monopoly. By the way, in case of perfect competition, the demand curve for the firm, for any firm in perfect competition, is a horizontal straight line parallel to the output axis, to the quantity axis, because price remains constant. But in case of monopoly, the demand curve is downward sloping, because if the monopoly seller raises the price, automatically his sale would go down, whereas if the monopoly seller reduces the price, his sale would go up. That is why the demand curve is downward sloping. That's everything regarding monopoly. Now there is a subtype of monopoly which is called monopsony, monopsony. And monopsony means absolutely the exact opposite of monopoly. See, in monopoly, single seller, one seller, many buyers. But in monopsony, it is one buyer, many sellers, and the product is an exclusive, unique product, because here we find that only one buyer is there. Yes, we can think of example, gun shell factory or the ordnance factory, which sells arms and ammunitions. There are numerous branches of gun shell factory or ordnance factory, and the only buyer is the Defense Department, Government of India, Indian Army. So that's an example of monopsony. There can be numerous other examples. This is one example which I have given. So that is regarding monopsony. Now I come to monopolistic competition. Monopolistic competition is such a market in which there are two such features which are similar to the similar features of perfect competition. There are two features you will come to know when we'll elaborate. The first feature of monopolistic competition is there is a large number of buyers and sellers. There is a large number of buyers and sellers. Large number, many buyers and many sellers. So it's very much like perfect competition. So this is one similarity between perfect competition and monopolistic competition, that there is a large number of buyers and sellers. Yes, we can give examples. Various examples are there, like cosmetics products is one example, stationery products another example. Okay, spices companies, the market of spices in India. So there are various examples of monopolistic competition market in India. Second feature, in monopolistic competition market, the products are differentiated. Like in perfect competition, homogeneous products, but in monopolistic competition, the products are differentiated. Mind it, it's not different, it is differentiated. Now, what do you mean by differentiated products? Differentiated products are the products sold by different companies where the products are close substitutes of each other. They are similar products. They are close substitutes of each other, but they are made to look different by means of color, shape, size, fragrance, packing, brand names, and advertisements. By these means, they are made to look different. So this is product differentiation, and the products are called differentiated products. So this is a feature of monopolistic competition. Third feature of monopolistic competition, there is freedom of entry and exit, or you can say free entry and free exit. This is another similarity with perfect competition. This is another similarity. In perfect competition also we have this feature, and very much like perfect competition, in monopolistic competition also you need to remember that in monopolistic competition market, because of free entry and free exit, there's an implication in the long run, and that same implication, that is, because of free entry and free exit, in the long run in monopolistic competition also, there will be normal profit earned by all the sellers. All sellers will have normal profit in the long run. That means zero profit, zero loss situation. Zero profit, zero loss situation. And the reason, the logic behind that, whatever I had explained in case of perfect competition, the logic behind this particular thing, exactly the same logic, nothing different. So this is the third feature in monopolistic competition market. Next, in monopolistic competition market, selling costs are incurred. Selling costs. Now, you can be asked, what are selling costs? Selling costs are extra expenditures incurred by the firm owner, not for producing the commodity. This is not a part of the cost of production. Selling costs are extra expenditures which are incurred by the firm owners to promote sales, for sales promotion, to increase the sales, like advertisement, giving gifts, giving discounts, sponsoring some events. These are those cases, those things for which, or giving salary and wages to the marketing representatives, salesmen, sales girls. Why are these salesmen, sales girls recruited, employed? So as to promote sales, increase sales. Thus, selling costs are those extra expenditures which are incurred by the monopolistic competition sellers or firm owners so as to promote sales. Next, another one. In monopolistic competition market, the monopolistic competition sellers are price makers. Yes, they are also price makers, and here the pricing policy is independent. The pricing policy is independent. They do not have to depend on other firms for setting their price. Any cosmetic company sets its own price of its product, not depending on anyone else. Okay. Now, another feature of monopolistic competition market is, as there is product differentiation, selling costs are there. Therefore, we find that in case of monopolistic competition, there can be non-price competition. Non-price competition. Price may be very close to each other, different companies' products, or price may be same also, but the products are differentiated. The products, every company, one particular company, tries to promote its product in the market, tries to attract more consumers by means of other means, by some other means like advertisements, by sponsoring some events, by giving free gifts with the product. So this is how they compete, non-price competition. So this is all about monopolistic competition. Now I come to the last type, which is oligopoly. See, oligopoly is a type of market in which there are few sellers, few, minded few. And here few means minimum 2 and maximum approximately 10 to 12. So few sellers are there. And as there are few sellers, there is intense competition among them. As there are few sellers, so there is intense competition among them. So this can be another feature which you can write as a feature of oligopoly, that there is intense competition among the few sellers. Secondly, in oligopoly market, the products may be homogeneous or differentiated. You have to write this. This is the feature. That in oligopoly, the products may be homogeneous or differentiated. Third, in case of oligopoly, here the entry of new firms is not restricted, but there are some barriers, obstacles, hurdles against the entry of new firms. And these barriers are created by the existing sellers. Okay? The existing sellers they adopt certain strategies which can restrict or create some barriers against the entry of new firms. Okay? Next, in oligopoly market, the firms are interdependent. For example, Coca-Cola company and Pepsi company, these two are rivals, and that is an oligopoly market example. Coca-Cola company and Pepsi company. Now the firms are interdependent in terms of price setting. The firms are interdependent. When one firm adopts a certain strategy to promote its sales, then another. Now, oligopoly, the first two features are few sellers, intense competition, then products may be homogeneous or differentiated. Third feature is there are some barriers which are posed by the existing firms, which are by their strategies. Fourth feature, the oligopoly sellers also have to incur selling costs, exactly like monopolistic competition. And here also, selling costs are in the form of advertisement costs or employing the salesmen, sales girls, all those. One thing I said that in oligopoly market, the firms are interdependent. Every firm depends on the other firms for its strategies, price setting, and the other strategies. And because the firms are interdependent, that is why here we find the demand curve for the firm is indeterminate. That means demand curve by a particular firm cannot be determined. Why? Because a particular firm owner does not know, the person does not himself know, he himself does not know what will be my product's price after 2 days, because what my rival firm will do within these 2 days, he doesn't know. That is why as the firms are interdependent, so the demand curve cannot be drawn. It is indeterminate. This question is very probable, very important. Why is the demand curve under oligopoly indeterminate? Because demand curve is indeterminate, cannot be determined, as the firms in the oligopoly market are interdependent. Okay, so this is the reason behind that. As I said, in case of oligopoly market, also the selling costs are incurred. So you can be asked a question, name two markets in which selling costs are incurred: monopolistic competition and oligopoly, right? So these are the features of oligopoly. This is a very easy chapter where the features, if you know very well, in whatever way they can give the question, you'll be able to answer those. Thank you.